At Experiment 27, we get a lot of inquiries, mostly because of this YouTube channel. And those inquiries usually look like, hey, what's your pricing look like? Or something very generic like, tell me more about your services. And in today's video, I want to talk about how we qualify leads and how you can potentially do the same thing. So I'll walk you through the typical process. Somebody will fill out the chat box on our site. We use Olark right now, or our Facebook page, or our Instagram, or they'll send an email, and it will usually be something very generic, like tell me more about your services. 100% of the time, I'm gonna loop in Austin Mullins, who's our director of sales, and that email usually looks like, hey, name, thanks for reaching out, looping in Austin Mullins to help. Thanks, Alex. From there, I encourage Austin to hop on a call with every single person and run our discovery call process. I know that sounds like a lot of extra work, and it is, but in my experience, it's very hard to tell whether somebody's gonna be a qualified lead, even through the research process. I've sold $100,000 apps to people that have had a Gmail account or a Yahoo account. And that makes talking to every lead on the phone as quickly as possible the ideal process. There are some agency owners that get too many inbound leads where it's impossible for them to talk to every single person. I would recommend, rather than adding a questionnaire or a lead qualification process to their site to screen people out, I would instead recommend hiring a junior person who's good on the phone, even if you're gonna have that qualification questionnaire, to just walk them through that questionnaire step by step. Because you don't wanna lose the clients. The way I think about it is I try to get inside the client's shoes. So when they're reaching out to an agency, or they're trying to buy software, or they're reaching out to any service, at least what I do and what I found that a lot of people do is they'll search top app development companies, New York City, or best CRM software. And then they'll click 3 or 4 of them. And if it's at the enterprise level, they'll fill out the contact forms for 3 or 4 of these different softwares. Similar to our video about how we bought a deep clean, it's that same process for hiring businesses. If you get back right away with, hey, let's hop on a call, or even better, you call the person as soon as they put their phone number in within 5 minutes, you are so much more likely to get them to buy, or at least to engage with you. And if you're worried about wasting your time as a salesperson talking to all of these low value leads, the way I think about it is time wasters don't exist if you as a salesperson learn something from every call. If you're not just pitching your software, if instead you're asking discovery questions, and let's say you're selling marketing, you're asking about what marketing tactics they've tried in the past and what worked and what hasn't, how their team is structured, what their revenue looks like, you're asking questions like that, then ideally you're learning as a salesperson. Whether that conversation turns into money or not, you're getting better, and you can use those insights on another call where it will make you money. So that's how we qualify inbound leads. The next step is to run them through the discovery questions. If you want to see those exact questions, go over to experiment27.com/discovery. We've got point by point every question that we ask on our call number 1s. The main thing we try to do is diagnose the problem almost like a doctor would. For instance, instead of pitching our service for 30 seconds up front, we'll instead ask them what they've done on the marketing front in the past, and then ask them questions that will lead to answers in a proposal. So for instance, if I ask them, what marketing channels have you tried in the past? And they say they've been doing SEO for the last 2 years and haven't had any success with it, I could say something like, that's really interesting. I've talked to a lot of agency owners that have also tried SEO, and they just find it so hard to rank. It's because the keywords are so competitive. It can work, however. The thing that I've found works better is going where the clients already are. So getting ranked highly on directories like clutch.co, or any of the other directories that show up if you search top app developers, New York City. The other thing that works is getting on other people's podcasts and pitching guest posts rather than doing a link building strategy. Because if you get your guest posts featured on a blog where there are actual readers, not only will you get that normal backlink, but you'll also engage the potential customers that are there. And that's the kind of answer that we're giving on the sales call, and then I'll ask the next question in the discovery process. So it really is a back and forth thing. Then those calls end with a close. That close is usually, I would love to put a proposal together. How does next Wednesday at 2 p.m. work to go through it? And if they're qualified, at that point, they're either gonna say 2 p.m. works or give you another time. If they're unqualified or not interested, they're not gonna wanna move forward. And usually if they don't move forward there, you can ask them if they have any other questions or hesitations. The final way that we qualify is through a thing called price bucketing, which is how we give our budget without giving our exact price for a project on call number one. I can use X27 as an example, but I'll also use one of our clients as an example. So for X27, we do marketing services. We'll say typically our service costs between $4,000 and $12,000 per month with a year-long commitment, and our goal is to try and get about a 4 to 10 times ROI, but it really depends on the client. And I'll say that 4 to 12K a month, unless we've talked in depth and I can get a more specific price. Ideally, you don't want to give a price that wide because people will hear 4K, and then if your price is 12K, they're gonna be pissed off and not respond. So if I can get a gut feel on call number one for what it's gonna be, then I'll say, typically for this kind of engagement, based on what I've seen, it is gonna be about $10,000 a month. I'm gonna circle back with the team, and in the proposal, we will have the specific pricing for you. So if you can hit them with the exact number, that's way better. And it's the same for mobile applications, marketing campaigns, social media campaigns, design, software, whatever. The more specific you can be with the price on that initial qualification call, the more qualified they're gonna be. So for mobile applications, it might be, based on what I've seen, this type of app goes for about $120,000. I will circle back with the team and we'll break out the features piece by piece and come up with an exact price for you next week. That way you avoid a large spread, like saying typically an app costs between $80,000 and $140,000, which means nothing to the client and pisses them off if you come in above 80. And it allows them to instantly disqualify themselves if they don't have $100,000 in cash. If they were expecting a $2,000 app, they're instantly out of your funnel and you don't have to waste your time with them anymore. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe if you want more B2B sales training like this. Share this video with somebody you think would find value. Like it, comment it if you want. Again, if you want that discovery call script, go over to experiment27.com/discovery. You can have that for free. If you run any sort of business that sells to other businesses and you want billion-dollar brands as clients, that's what we do all day at Experiment 27. We help growing companies match with people in the Fortune 500, large billion-dollar companies, multi-million dollar, huge corporations. We do that using cold email and a few other marketing tactics. Feel free to fill out our contact form over at experiment27.com, and Austin Mullins or somebody on our team will be happy to talk with you. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.